So we ready to roll? Not doing any more checks. We're good. Wait for me.
Do we crack at the same time?
Yeah, that's how we should start. If we have,
I didn't know you had. I didn't know you had yours on cracked.
Yeah, no, it's because I wanted to start the episode with us kind of like.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Hey.
Did you go on 3 or did you go 3 and then go?
I went on 3.
You go 3 and then go. 1,
2,
2, 3.
Bam. Oh.
I wonder how much that gets confusing for people.
I don't know if that was a rule.
Yeah,
is it one of those unwritten
people
rules?
have different rules for that.
I don't know.
Like 1, 2, 3.
That's like, you know what?
Or is
one of
it
the biggest
1,
things for
2,
me.
Ready, set, go is technically on a 3.
True. Also, when people are playing rock, paper, scissors, do you go rock, paper, scissors, then go? Or do you go rock, paper, then on 3? Do you lay out the scissors?
I always fuck that up.
So do I. Because you always had to do.
So is it like 1, 2, 3, go? Or is it 1, 2,
on 3.
go?
And when we're doing it to like decide who's doing what, I always have to lay the rules. How do you play? Because there's two fucking different.
I'm gonna do that from now on. I'm gonna have to remember how to.
Some people go on 3.
Yeah.
And some people don't.
No. Oh yeah. Here. Cheers.
Cheers, bro. How's it been? Been a couple weeks.
Yeah. Been fucking just bored shitless for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing the same. My life has become so routine. It's baffling. Like I do the same shit.
Are you still working?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm still. Fortunately enough, we are, where I work, I'm in warehouse, and we're e-commerce as well, so we're considered essential workers.
Okay.
Because we do a lot of online shipping. So I had nothing since the first lockdown. 2 things: they gave us $2 raise premium for staying with the company if we didn't go and take the CERB, and also they gave us a permanent raise after the first lockdown for staying. So I've been working since lockdown first initially was brought on.
So it's been a benefit for you in a sense.
It was. Actually, technically, it was a benefit. Sorry, adjust. And they said if you take the CERB, we'll reassess when lockdown is done and see if you're welcome back or not, kind of thing. We lost one guy because his mom was terminal cancer, so he couldn't bring any of that shit home. So he just said he wasn't even there that long. So he said, it's been a slice. Talk to you later kind of thing. But we had another guy that left and he came back because he's actually family with the company as well. So, but I've been through and through working full time. Emily as well, my fiance, she's been doing full force and she can work from home as well. Yeah. So she's actually working from home today because she couldn't finish up shit yesterday. So she has the option. So that's been good, man. So I've been, my weekends, and also we have the same fucking schedule. We work Monday to Friday, the same fucking 8 to 4, and then we have our weekends off. We were supposed to go to fucking, I think it was Yarmouth, I think this weekend. We were supposed to go to a cottage. That got canceled, obviously, with COVID lockdown and shit, so that kind of sucked. We got our money back and shit, so that's cool. We'll reassess. They say June. They're going to say...
I'm getting my shot this week.
Same. Actually, I'm getting mine in June. Emily's going before me in the end of May. She booked one for June. We've been actually doing a due diligence. We've been going for tests regularly.
Really?
I had a scare. Yeah, so I won't make this all about the Dan MacIsaac show. A couple weeks ago, I was on delivery with the delivery guy. I work for Noble Grape, and my job is to stock up all the local Noble Grapes in HRM and one in Fredericton. So I was at I won't say what location. We were at a location. Anyways, I found out a couple days later after the weekend, it's like, oh, you got to go get tested. Why? So because one of the employees at that particular Noble Grape tested positive for COVID. I was like, oh, God damn it. Anyways, came back clean. I've had several tests.
I haven't had one.
It's stick the Q-tip up, tickle your brain, and you're like go like this.
See, I have the super sensitive nose.
Same.
And
I almost sneezed the first fucking time.
I will sneeze. I'll have a fucking.
It's furry.
And I have. Well, that's the thing. I'm gonna have to get the test before I get my shot.
Yeah.
So and I'm actually more worried about the test than getting the shot.
Here's the thing. Don't worry about it. It's a fuzzy little fucking prickly thing they stick up there for 5, sometimes 10 seconds. And
10 seconds?
Yeah, my last one was 10. The full test, not the quick test. The full is 10 seconds.
I know I'm being a pansy about this shit.
It's not as bad. I thought it was gonna be worse. It's just uncomfortable. And then so you're good. Your eyes water. You might have to sneeze after. They say
I will sneeze.
You will
afterwards.
They say it's a lot of people are like, oh, it sucks, but it's once you've had a few of them. The shot, I'm worried. I was worried about kind of the side effects because I know there's been some side effects with some of the variations of it.
I'm obviously like I think I don't know. I'm scared about that too. I'm not like a complete full-on hypochondriac, but I have some hypochondriacisms. Hypochondriacisms? I don't know.
That could be a word. We might have just
maybe
made
I just
made
made 2 words.
Never fucking know. Get a dictionary.
But so like yeah, like I get I worry about that. I've like side effects of anything is just like
yeah.
It's like I'm just a little scared. Not like scared, but I'm just like a little nervous, anxious about
Me too.
it as a whole. But I just know I'm gonna hate getting that fucking thing shoved up my nose. My own nose hairs make me sneeze constantly. Like
yeah,
I
have like I'm telling you, like I was sensitive and I almost sneezed the first time, but I held it in. I sneezed as soon as I got out the door because it was for me like if it's a bright sunny day, which it was that day. Your photic senses. I have really sensitive photic senses. Photic. It's linked to. It's hard to explain. Like it triggers your sneezes basically. If you look at a bright light and you're outside, like if you look at the sun and you feel a sneeze coming on, if you feel a sneeze coming on, I can attest to this. Look at a bright light. Natural outside light works the best. If you look at the sun, don't look directly at it. Because you'll blind yourself. I didn't
sneeze, but I can't see anymore.
Oh, it's I feel great. But yeah, no, for me, natural light
only works once.
For me, it works all the fucking time.
No, I mean like
oh yeah. You can't go back.
You can't go back.
But for me, I mean, I've heard tell like one variation. I can't remember which one it was. They had like blood clot problems and shit.
Well, that's what apparently. So what my mom has told me is that there's like one of the other one. Fuck, I don't even know which one I'm getting.
That's why my fiance books mine.
But she said most of these like side effects occurred in women, and there's not a lot of them.
Right.
Like not a lot of people have like getting shit from it.
It's one of those rare problems.
You just never know. Again, it's a
fucking
crapshoot.
He's gonna grow breasts.
What?
Like, he's gonna grow breasts. I think that's gonna be his side effect. People.
Can you see that on camera?
It's already fucking happening. You've already had it.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, mine's booked for June. I got to go to it's next to Micmac Mall. They took an old building and made that into an immunization.
The Forum, which is awesome.
The Forum, yeah, you're just hop,
like
skip, and
2
jump.
Fucking feet away from it. It's gonna be
yeah.
Just come back home and just like fucking cover my nose and snot and
yep.
everything.
Yep. Go to fuck to bed. Is yours during the day? Your appointment?
Yeah, I gotta double check shit.
Mine's on a Saturday. Yeah, I got an email.
It's Tuesday.
Mine. Mine's a Saturday, which is nice, so I don't have to worry.
The 25th is Tuesday.
It's the 22nd today. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Whatever.
Support local, by the way, too. That's a fucking windmill propeller. Gulp.
Is it good?
It's beautiful. I should have got.
I'm drinking Olin's because that's what Dan brought.
It was my present. We were actually supposed to get this filmed last weekend, but it was an off-pay week, and I was like, you know what, man? I'll message your colleague, whatever. I was like, you know what? Beer's on me next one. So we're doing it. We're getting her done. We're hanging out. I'm bopping my head. I'm bopping my head. And we're back.
One of us is.
Mentally,
somebody
check
is
the
still
fuck
far away.
So this is it. Fuck. But yeah, it's been scary. It's been scary. And
see, I don't like. Okay, so I've been off of work for a good little spell here because I broke my ankle a few months ago. Honestly, like I'm here or I'm at the grocery store. That's it.
Wear your mask.
And I wear a mask, yeah, but like, see very few people.
Yeah. I was worried that this would be on hiatus. Like, we're not.
Well, I don't know what we're doing right now.
Are we breaking the rule? Are we going to have cops as soon as we launch this? Or are we going to have RCMP at our doors? Like,
I don't know.
Technically, I'm out of my community, and I can only go as far as
breaking the law.
I heard tell that someone told me, or I overheard somebody say they were turning people away from the bridges to go across to go out of the community. That's not the case because like we did it today. Like that's what I thought. Like they were going to turn it. It's like, and there were maybe questions like, where are you coming from? It's like Cold Harbor. It's like, get the fuck back home. Say the Blaze is home.
Are the buses still running?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what? Is there a bus that goes across the bridge?
Several. So I mean, yeah. So where do you draw? Where's the line in the sand drawn? Like for your community? Like how the fuck far can I go? I can't go to fucking Truro. Because that's, like, is Halifax not considered my
I
community?
have
like,
no idea what.
it's so
Like,
fucking
I
weird.
think communities are broken up. Like, I believe, like the North End, South End,
Yeah.
shit like that.
If you live in Sackville, don't go to Cold Harbor, I guess, right?
And it could be just broken up by town-ish, like, like a Sackville, Bedford, Halifax, Dartmouth.
How it used to be before we were amalgamated as a city, before the super city was formed, we were all. Remember a time and day where each city had its own, like.
Well, so it was only technically. So we only have Nova Scotia has 3 cities: Halifax, Dartmouth, and Sydney. Mm-hmm. Now Halifax and Dartmouth and Bedford are now amalgamated. We are the Halifax Regional Municipality.
Yeah,
I don't know how that count. I don't know how to like say like this from a city. Like,
well, we're a super city because
we are a super city.
Yeah, because HRM is considered a super city because we're all.
Yet we're still smaller than almost every other city.
We're not a metropolis. We're not a metropolis. I don't know what the numbers have to be. Like Toronto's metropolis, I believe. And
do they? Oh, is there a number for that?
There's numbers like there's
learning
like
shit.
There's
mega.
It's true.
That's the first time we're learning shit from you.
No, I learned it from Sim City for Super Nintendo because you grow your cities up.
Video game education.
And no, it's true because you can grow like a metropolis. Like I think a megaopolis is one, and that's like New York. I think it's like a megaopolis. I'm saying that completely wrong, but I don't even think we're a metropolis. I don't know because we're nowhere near
metropolis. Like
I think
is
Metropolis
Metropolis a city? Like
it's
like I know Superman
goes by the numbers.
But so Superman's Metropolis
Lives in Metropolis. Yeah.
So is Metropolis a city?
No,
or is Metropolis Metropolis?
It's a type of city. Oh, in the DC universe, I think it might be both. They just call it like Metropolis. Like it's
actually kind of it's funny. So in some like comic. Fucking right. Everybody writes comics differently. You have different styles. Anyway, some of them, Metropolis and Gotham, are like just across the street or across the harbor from each other. Yeah. Like Halifax and Dartmouth.
Yep. Across the pond.
Yeah. No superheroes. Like we don't have enough buildings for superheroes to jump off of.
We don't have
like that, but
the highest building.
Fenwick Tower.
Yeah, I think so. We don't have like my first time in Toronto. Now I guess
here's Halifax is the Fenwick Tower.
Yeah. That's probably the tallest in the city. Like I can't think of not counting. Well, yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, because
it is.
Yeah, which is kind of sad.
But it is also on a lower level than fucking like if it was on top of fucking Citadel Hill, it'd be
Citadel Hill. I think it's what would be the highest point in the city? Do you think it would be?
I do still think it's Fenwick, even though it is even on a lower plateau. I still think it's higher than everything else.
That might be right. Actually, I remember it was my second time in Toronto. I was seeing Rush with Emily. Couldn't believe the size of the fuck. I looked straight the fuck up. Like I'm a small city boy. Like
did you go up the what is the CN Tower?
Didn't go to the CN Tower.
I've been in the CN Tower.
I'd like to see it.
And I stood on the
glass.
Dude. Okay, no, I
shit
am.
Your pants, eh?
I am deathly
Ricky. I told you so.
My Rickyisms. I thought of one the other day and I can't remember. And I was
my
like,
buddy had one at work and it was incredible. Like this.
Mine wasn't that great. It was just kind of like that could work. Anyways, I'll probably come back to me later or not. Mm-hmm. But anyways, so I'm fucking deathly scared of heights.
Same.
Now I have jumped out of a plane.
Not the same.
But like. That was just like
you're gonna have balls of fucking size of
it's not like I have like a death wish or anything.
Wait,
I like
were you tethered
to another... No. Okay. I like to experience shit. Though again, okay, so I'm on the CN Tower, and it's glass, like it's plexiglass, and they have this like chart that says this many elephants and this many whales could sit on this, so don't be afraid. I'm like, it's a man-made fucking piece of fucking glass screwed into some other piece of fucking whatever the fuck. It's like, shit happens. I don't know.
I don't think
maybe I'm just being
think
paranoid.
You're fat enough to fall through.
But anyways, I actually stood on it and I'm like looking down and my fucking heart's just fucking going nuts.
Does it look like
there was a baseball game on? Toronto Blue Jays were playing that day, so I can look down. And man, the baseball diamond must have been like that.
Ants.
Like not even the diamond, like the whole fucking stadium was that fucking big. Like from up there.
Well, how high is the fucking CN Tower? You remember? We'll get a picture up on the screen.
And I'll say I almost did this too. So they have the skywalk that you can go around. I almost did it, but it costs like $200. And I'm like,
that's
I'm fucking paying $200 to scare the shit out of myself.
I mean, it's a life-changing event, man. Like,
well, again, so I'm like, even though I jumped out of a plane, I do want to go bungee jumping, but I am scared of fucking heights.
How did you? Okay, if you're afraid of heights, how did you get the fucking nerve enough to go skydiving?
I don't know. So again, I like to experience shit, not CNN, CN Tower. No, it's temporarily closed.
Everything's temporarily fucking closed.
So the CN Tower is 553 meters.
It's pretty tall.
So it's like it's almost coming on about 17,000.
Is it comparable to like say the Space Needle, Seattle?
Space Needle's 184 meters, so it's like fucking like a fourth of the size.
Right. Huh, I didn't know there's that size difference between the two of them, but
Eiffel Tower's 300. Okay, so this one in India. I'll put these up. Because it is interesting, but this one in India is fucking 800 something meters.
What the fuck?
What do they call it? So BURJ, Burj Khalifa Tower, I assume, is 828 meters.
I wonder if he's in a relation to Mia Khalifa, the adult film star. We'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I don't know if buildings and people can procreate.
No, I mean, it's obviously named after someone numbnuts like Khalifa, Wiz Khalifa.
But yeah, so like
also,
now I don't have a death I don't think I have a death wish. I really like living.
Is that the craziest thing you've ever done, skydive? Because I never even knew that.
I think so.
Yeah. So
I've done a lot of stupid shit, but anyway, so it was my 25th birthday. Now me, my friend John, and my friend Jason, who's not with us anymore. It was my 25th birthday, and I think Jason actually paid for it for me and John to go up to whatever
it's the one in the valley, isn't it?
Yeah. Airport in the valley, and you train for a few hours, like just jumping off things.
It takes a few hours to train.
Yeah, I guess you're jumping out of a fucking plane.
True. Do they have you? True. I thought that
it's all right. Just you'll get it. You'll get it.
A hour.
If you don't get it the first time,
well, there's no coming back. Were you ever afraid that you're shooting?
Oh, dude, I'm afraid now. Listen,
you have that.
I wake up, I'll be half asleep, and I will think about that moment of me. Okay, I'll get in order here. We'll try to go chronologically in a certain sense. So when you're in the plane, so 3 of us go up. I was like, I'm going second. Since 3 of us, I'm not going first. I'm not going last.
Can you pick?
I picked. It was my birthday, and I didn't give a fuck. That's what I was doing. I'm jumping out of a plane. My rules.
Fair enough.
But anyway, so we did all the training and all that shit. So first, Jason. So what you do is just a little tiny plane. You're just like there's no seats and
probably
shit.
like a Cessna or something. One of those.
A what?
A Cessna, probably like a single. Cessna.
Single, yeah, like
single engine, yeah.
Maybe I can't remember exactly the plane, but anyway, so what you do is they open up the door. You have to go and hang off the wing.
No way.
So it's like you have the wing, but then you have that bar that kind of holds up the wing. You have to hang off of that.
That'd be so fucking wicked.
Now it's kind of not super cloudy, but a little foggy that day.
You're reading the clouds,
and everything is wet. Like the plane is wet.
Well, the dew from.
But you only weigh like 50 pounds up there.
Yeah.
Like we're both 3,000 feet in the air.
Yeah.
So anyways, you hold on, and and the guy is holding your pilot chute. So he says, "Let go of the plane." You let go. He throws the pilot chute. In about 5 seconds, your chute should open.
Oh, so it's not one of these things like the movie. You drag it out yourself, like you.
No.
Okay.
Not at least not the first time. You need a few jumps for that or something like that. So anyways, that's what happens. So you let go of the plane. 5 seconds. When you're falling out of a plane 3,000 feet in the air,
those 5 seconds
longest,
are like 5 years.
It was slow. It was slow-mo. So anyways, Jason went first, and it was funny because I'm watching him go out the window, and he lets go, and he's just like
goes limp.
Yeah, in a way. So then I went, and so I'm like holding on to the wing. I let go. He let go, and I let go of the plane. I still, to this moment, that I'm like, I can't believe I let go of the plane. Seriously, that was my
I
thought.
see you riding down to the ground.
So about that thought went through my head about 50 times, and then my chute's not opening yet. Went through my head about 50 times in these 5 seconds.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. And you were like, you were falling straight down at this moment?
Pretty much. So you're supposed to kind of like flare your body out.
You're supposed
like
to
your
coast, aren't you?
No, no, you're just like supposed to kind of like, just like go back. Like it's almost like you're standing, you'd be like standing up almost straightish or whatever your body's doing. But the way that you're just supposed to be open, your body's just supposed to be open. So like, it's just try to fall evenly. You don't want to be like, like twisting all over the place and shit like that. So, so anyways, just waiting, 5 seconds goes along, and then chute opens, biggest wedgie ever.
Because you shoot straight up, don't you? At that moment?
Yeah. No, like honestly, like it's like man, they should make you wear a cup or something too. Like I didn't get my balls scratched, but like seriously, if something was off, your full body weight and more, plus like 5 seconds of gravity. Like, no kids for you.
Your cough and your testicles. Like that scene in fucking Hot Shots Part 2. Well,
I watched that not too long ago, actually. I got another thing. Remind me of Demolition Man afterwards.
Supposed to be another one coming.
You got to think about. I hope so. So, anyways, I let go, and honestly, you're up there, and when you're floating, it's not too bad.
Kind of peaceful.
Yeah, and you pretty got a lot of control, like go left, go right type thing.
Don't hit a tree.
So, anyways, and also when you land, they call it a flare. You bring your handles right down as fast as you can, and you do this like 10, 15 feet from the ground.
There's a lot of resistance to pull it down.
Not really, and but it slows you right down, and it's honestly like just jumping off of this chair onto the floor. I fell back because I was still like scared and nervous. But if I had to do it again, I could probably land as long as there was like no wind to take shit fuck up. But I think I could probably land that. Anyways, so my friend John went last. Now I didn't see him leave the plane because I'm too concerned about my own fucking shit. But we videotaped the whole thing, and I still have that videotape.
Like pro, like
it's like an old camera videotape.
Oh shit!
Like this is like 15 years ago. So I have to actually get that tape transferred over. I got to find somebody because I don't have the player. It's like
there's places in town you can say.
Yeah, but anyways, so John, I'm looking at the video later in the day, like we come back to my place just so we can drink a party again. It's my birthday. We're watching the tape, and I see my friend John he left the plane. Like his legs are just flaring, like just like you're 3,000 feet in the air. What are you gonna do?
Well, you're freaking out, man. Like
he said, he passed out.
I believe it.
And I don't know. It probably not shouldn't play passed out, blacked out.
It's a lot of pressure on your body.
It is
like literal,
the whole it's fucked. But like. As I said, when if I'm sleeping or half asleep or anything, I could just be there half dozing, and I think about that. Shivers me right up.
So this is still a memory that's still.
Oh yeah, it's like it's almost like a trauma, like it fucking I am deathly. So in my dreams, when I die or I'm about to die, it's always because I'm falling off of something.
Interesting, because you've lived through it.
Except last night I was Batman. Seriously, never had this dream before, and I'm so stoked. I could glide with my fucking cape.
You're like
I was gliding.
You were in Gotham City. You were like
I don't know where I was actually. Most of it looked like this. I remember a cemetery that looked like I was gliding over, and I remember seeing the cemetery that looks like the one down the road.
No more chocolate before bed for you, buddy, man.
Actually, I didn't even have much chocolate last night. I had yeah, actually, I probably had like the least amount of chocolate. I wonder if
that. They say if you eat like a certain amount of sweets or something like that. Fuck, I hit my mic. And you go to bed right away. It's supposed to give you like these fucked up dreams. Like it's happened to me. Like I woke up one time. I forget what I even had. I don't, maybe nothing at all. But I was, I was away for work and I was alone. And this is a few months back, more than a few months back. And I was in my bed sleeping like I normally do. It was night. And I had this dream that the house is on fire. So I'm in bed in my dream. And in my dream, I can feel and see the fire, cover my body and then wake up. At that moment, and in my dream, I'm screaming, and I think I woke up screaming, but I can't really confirm that. It woke me right up.
Fuck.
I got right up out of bed and went to take a piss, and I had to gather my thoughts.
No, I've been there.
It was fucked. Have you ever been woken up like so jarred out of a dream, like it feels so real?
So never like
it's
again.
So
most of my dreams where I've died, which in my brain I probably count a handful. Chuck Norris was in one.
Interesting. Did he kill you?
No, he was just like, it was just kind of like I can't actually remember what happened. I just remember like it was stupid too because this one, because I know I died in my dream because I woke like right up when I fell, but what I fell off of was a fucking like Vietnam shed. I must have watched like missing. I must have had like missing in action in my brain or something like that old fucking. Anyways, I fell, died. But anyways, I woke up at that point, and any time I did, except one. So I was, my buddy Dave, this is like when I was like early 20s. I was like kind of homeless. So I was staying at his place for a few weeks, sleeping on his couch. And my girlfriend at the time stayed over. So she slept on the couch. I slept on the floor, which I didn't care. I actually kind of liked the floor because it gave me some more room to spread out. Was there enough
space on the couch? You guys could
no, a small couch. Like this is a small couch.
Spooner.
No, and I get too hot and shit. Anyways, I'm sleeping. In my dream, I fall off this huge fucking building. And then blackness. I'm still dreaming though.
So you just
I'm like
in the dream.
In the dream, there's blackness. And for a few seconds in my dream that I remember. And then in my dream, I had an outer body experience. So I was going away from my body and I could look back and see my dead body on the ground and I was floating in it. Like I was floating in my dream. Like, Oh my God, I'm dead. And now I'm a fucking ghost or whatever. And then I woke up.
Jesus.
And I always heard the rumors, like, or that urban legend. If you die in your dreams, you really die in like your life. And like so, well, it didn't happen. I did not survive that fall in my dream.
Wives' tale. Just like in Family Guy, when you poop in your dream, you poop in real life.
I'll tell you, man. Because I'll have dreams. Because I have to piss in the middle of the night, like anybody, right?
Same.
So I'll have dreams.
Ragers too. Man.
I'll have dreams that I'm taking a piss, and then I'll wake up. It's like, oh, please don't tell me. I have never.
You check your sheets right the fuck away.
I do just like because it freaks me out. Like it's just like when I'm peeing in my dream, like you kind of get that feeling, like that relief.
You think it's
like,
actually...
and maybe it's gonna come. It's like, oh, please don't tell me I pissed in bed.
That's never happened. I've never dreamed where I was
I haven't pissed in bed since
I
was like a kid. kid.
Yeah, same. Like, and I've never shat the bed.
I don't think I've shat the bed.
Have I?
Even when I was a kid.
Here's a weird one for you.
That'd be a hard one to fucking
Yeah, but I mean, I've definitely peed the bed as a kid.
Yeah, you pee the bed as a kid, it's fine. But
Mom, I did it again. It's like, God damn it!
Like shit in the bed. It's like most shits you kind of have to give a little bit of effort to.
Well, yeah. Here's some effort for you. I remember like it was fucking yesterday. I was in junior high, if I'm not mistaken, probably around 96, 97-ish. I was sick that day. I had the flu. This is pre-COVID.
Okay, hold on. We gotta take a second there.
3, 2.
All right, so we're back just because we have, again, no engineer.
Again, when we do have the engineer, we won't have to worry about this.
We'll do our reach in. Crack your fucking shit.
We don't have paid advertisements, so we're not going to go to a commercial break. Not yet, unless we get sponsored. Again, sponsored
Don't
by...
fucking start again.
Oh, I was
do not
saying...
need to get sued.
No. Cheers.
Cheers.
As I was saying before...
Drink. Don't be rude. So yeah, as you're saying, you're talking about a dream.
Yeah, before we were talking about dreams and what they do to you. And you reminded me, I was probably in junior high around 97, 96. And I was sick. I was homesick that day. Maybe a couple days even. Don't remember. Anyways, all I do remember, very vividly, mind you. So I was dreaming that night, and in the dream, I was sick, and I puked in the dream. And I woke up shortly after that, and my face was wet and sticky, and I was laying in my vomit on my side on my bed.
That's kind of lucky.
Yeah, because I could have John Bonhamed or Bon Scotted myself, choking on my own spew. Anyways, it scared the shit out of me because I woke right up. I was literally laying in a pile of my own vomit.
Never had that happen to me. I'll actually say, if I drink too much and I kind of think I might get sick,
you
I
go
just
to the
make
toilet.
myself sick.
But I wasn't. Yeah, but I was a kid and I wasn't drunk. I was legit sick. I might have dodged a bullet there. But I remember it like it was yesterday.
Imagine like what, 17 years old, fucking dies from fucking that. Jeez.
That's not a way to go, man. I mean, like
morbid.
Anyways, that was fucked up. I woke up immediately. My face was still wet. Anyways,
That's fucked up.
Yeah, and I was a kid, so woke up, told mom and dad, and they came helped me clean it up. It was a big pile too, if I can remember correctly. And
That's nuts.
I was fucked. I was so sick. I must have been that sick that I could have been killed. Like I could have. I remember that morning very, very, very well because after I got
then I said, I'm never going to drink again.
God damn it.
And then the evening came.
I'm 12 years old. 12 years old.
12 years old.
The dad, where's the belt of scotch? It's my birthday. I remember that morning, though, because that day, I remember we recently got a Nintendo 64, and we rented Pilot Wings 64, so I spent the rest of my sick day from school playing video games, and that game in particular. And,
I'm not a video game guy, but N64, aside from Tony Hawk, Perfect Dark.
Yes.
And so, like, I'm not a fucking good gamer at all.
I am. I can teach you a few things.
Well, I don't care.
Apparently, he's good at Tekken, and we have to have a Tekken tournament.
Actually, honestly, like, I can do the fighting games and shit because I like that shit. But so yeah, Perfect Dark because it reminded me a lot of GoldenEye.
This is made by the same company.
Yeah, but it had that thing of like when you get hit, your screen went dark, and I was like, that's genius.
Yeah.
Like that because it makes sense. It's almost like you feel. You're like there's a pain. Like,
Say if you're shot, would it go dark? Like
you see that you kind. It's almost like you realize you're hurt, so it's like it's gonna make you. Jesus Christ. Okay, it's gonna make you more like alert to that shit like that. It was a good game. Fucking love that game, and I beat it too. It's the only game like a first-person shooter, any kind of fucking game like that was not a fucking Tekken or Mortal Kombat type game that I beat.
Did you own it, or was it like a?
No, a buddy of mine that I was like living with, friend of mine. We were all like, he had his video game systems. I have not owned a video game system since Sega CD.
You had a Sega CD.
Yeah.
What games did you have?
I had Lethal Protector.
Lethal Enforcers.
Lethal Enforcers,
great fucking game. Did you have the gun?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was great at that.
That's one of the best versions because it's an arcade game originally and it was ported to Super Nintendo.
Me and John go down to the arcade at where is it? Propeller. Down there, and they have a shooting game. Yep. Me and him fucking kill it.
That's one of my favorite places to go. Please, all these rules open up, please, and be safe. But as soon as those rules are released a little bit, we need to go back because
go to the arcade.
Yes, because it's one of the best things you can do, man. Like, you can stay safe, keep masked. But the shooter games you can do 2 players, some of them even more. But the shooter games is, if you're playing with a buddy, they're fun as fuck. You work off each other. Terminator 2 arcade. Listen,
holding your fucking arm up like this for fucking 20 minutes,
it kills your shoulders.
Dude.
How do we do it as kids, man? Like, we have.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, it fucking hurt after a while, and you can't even pause it at the arcade. Well, it's like, oh god, just give me a fucking second.
We have at my work, the owners of the work recently purchased some arcade video games and pinball machines for a new storefront they're building, and it's going to be open to the public as soon as possible. But for the time being, we're being asked to play test to see if there's anything wrong with them. So what,
like arcade games?
Yeah, there's tech.
To make sure they're working.
Yeah,
right.
Make sure there's no bugs. We've tested a few of them, and we have the Simpsons arcade. This is a sin. The Simpsons arcade and what?
No. Sorry, never mind. Continue.
Yeah. The Simpsons arcade game didn't work at all. It worked to boot it up, but we couldn't get it to work. It's a sin because it's one of the best arcade games ever made, one of the best beat 'em ups. I've beaten it. So that was not working. We have House of the Dead, the original one with the guns, shoot outside the screen to reload. So we were testing that one.
That worked?
Well, like a charm.
Awesome.
Because the thing with light gun games, those type of games, if there's something wrong with the sensors, and this was we had a problem with this with the arcade, another arcade downtown Halifax. I won't say the name. But me and a couple good buddies of mine were there, and John was there too. And all the light gun games we played didn't fucking work because of when those kind of games age, the sensors kind of like degrade and they don't work properly because they're based on light. That's why they're called light gun games. So they didn't work at all. But yeah, and the ones that work are fucking fantastic. Some of them, like House of the Dead, is one of my favorite shooter games of all time. And that came out about 97, I think. But my God, your shoulders. I have to like pull my shoulders in and shoot like this. Because you're holding them out like for fucking like.
No, yeah, well, that's why you use your other arm too.
Yeah,
like
I do.
You shoot like a fucking. You see fucking in the movies or whatever. Don't shoot this.
No, don't do the side like gangster stuff. I mean, it is cool.
That's hilarious because listen, that is so unreliable.
Well, it's inaccurate too. Like it's been.
You can't like.
I'm pretty sure there's a Mythbusters
like,
episode on that.
Look how cool I am.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, yeah, but then when you shoot, you miss.
Yeah.
It's like, no, how cool are you when the guy who shoots you properly kills you?
Pretty sure, like you're not going to hit your target.
I did it at a gun range once. I've only been to a gun range once. My buddy has a couple guns, and we shot, and I just tried it to see.
You have to. If you have a handgun...
I just need to know for myself. I know that it's... I just Christopher Walken there. I know.
Hey, coming up.
That's not gonna... I know that I'm not gonna hit the target.
And I even have his hair sometimes.
But...
So did it work?
It doesn't, because your fucking aim's off. Like your depth perception is not this way. Your depth perception is straight up.
Yeah.
Your point is straight up and then poof.
Might as well hold it upside down. It's not like Hollywood, folks. It's not gonna work.
No, but it's not even Hollywood that did. Like, I'm sure Hollywood got it from. I don't know.
A lot of
that there's fucking gangster boys out there that was fucking like holding their guns like that.
It's trying to be cool. It's all for the image, man. Like, I mean.
No, it's not all for the image. It's all to fucking stay alive. Shoot right.
If you have a handgun,
don't shoot people. I'm not a gun enthusiast.
I will never be.
I really do not want. I don't want to own a gun. The only reason why I want to own a gun is in case of zombie apocalypse. Only reason I want to own a gun.
Honestly, I've played enough video games in my entire life, and I'm talking over 30 years now, that I think I could survive an apocalypse if I had the right amount.
You don't pay attention enough.
Bullshit. If I have
you could probably shoot straight. Like,
what have you fired?
I don't know the names of the guns. Again, I'm not a fucking gun enthusiast.
Like rifles and like shotguns.
I shot a shotgun, which was cool. Yeah, because that day I had my leather jacket and my sunglasses. Mm-hmm. So we got a picture of me fucking with like doing the Terminator with the fucking
nice.
And that thing sounds so cool.
Boom. Oh yeah.
But then I shot my buddy's rifle, and just a handheld like type of 9mm type of gun.
You didn't have like a Mac 10 or like a fucking Desert Eagle or like
so whatever
rocket he had launcher.
So he has everything proper, like all paperwork proper and shit. And there was a rifle that he had, but you're only allowed to have. So say you can have a magazine that can hold 12 shots, but it has to be pinned, so you can only hold like 4 or 5. You're not allowed to have a magazine that holds any more than that.
That's a law in Canada?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It makes... Actually, this is the thing, man. I think our gun laws are fine. Because people, like, as my buddy got his gun license and all that shit, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just like you go to the store and they do a background check on your criminal record. No, they... Like, you have to get you have to get a license to drive a car. You have to get a license to get a gun.
Yep.
That's how it should be.
In the States, I think it's a lot easier to get a gun.
Yeah, no, all you have,
Texas,
like,
you can
if
walk
you're an
into a
American
Walmart.
citizen, if you're an American citizen without a criminal record,
you can get a gun.
You get a gun.
No, not a lot of questions asked. Hey, have you killed anybody? No, here's your fucking rifle, buddy.
Well, that's what they do.
You can walk around in fucking Texas with a fucking gun strapped to your thigh and walk into a goddamn Burger King.
I understand people's enjoyment of guns, and I understand people like hunting them. You know, that I think that's the best way for you to get your food.
I've never wanted to really hunt. I've always wanted to go. Like, I know there's Nova Tactical in Burnside, where that might have been the place you went to. Was it in Burnside?
No. He has a
his own facility?
Gun. It was like some other gun range. Like, he has like a membership and all that shit.
Yeah, actually, I've been always, our older brother has been to that facility, the one I just said. He said, and he has video of him shooting like shotguns and rifles and shit. It looks fun. And I have no intention of killing anybody. I've always wanted to fire firearms just to, for the sheer thrill. I don't like the fact that they're used as instruments of destruction to take people's lives.
It's too easy.
Boom.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's stupid. It's fucking
even like,
it's like, oh, you say something, like, what
you're dead. Look at all the gun shootings.
That easy to kill a person.
Yeah.
That's all the strength you need to kill a person.
Yeah.
That's weak.
If you have, yeah, and it's too easy to have an accident and have the firearm go off by accident.
That's the thing. That's why you need licenses. The only reason why I really wanted to go shooting was just to know how to use a gun. Again, I'm like, in case of zombie apocalypse, which will never happen, I'm sure. But it's like,
I don't really think you could reanimate the dead unless,
who knows? But at the same time, like, that's the only reason why I wanted a gun. But I wanted to know how to use I wanted to know how to use a gun. So, fucking terrorist attack and a gun slides my way. Yeah, I'm going to use it. I should know how.
Do you have your license for it?
No.
Okay.
I don't have a license, so I'm allowed to go as a guest of his just to shoot the guns.
Okay. Other than that, you can't just at that one.
I can't. Right? Yeah, like I can't go and take his gun and go, or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like the laws are strict.
As they fucking should be. U.S. You can take a fucking page from Canada. You fucks.
No, well, that's the thing Obama wanted to do, was he actually had that in a statement. So, like, this one cowboy guy stood up, just like, you want to take her guns away? It's like, it's like, I don't want to take away your guns.
Love
and
their
he
guns,
said it.
Man.
He said, he goes, I don't want to take your guns away. I want people's like, you need a license to drive a car. You should have a license to own a gun. And I think that is right. Mm-hmm. That's the way it should be. If you have something that can kill people, you should be licensed with it.
Going back to I think it was early 2000s. It may have been, I guess, with the Columbine shootings, those guns, I believe, were their fathers, and they got access to them, and there was,
well, that's the thing.
They had direct access to these firearms.
I believe there's a certain mentality when you're a gun owner like that, like if you are a gun enthusiast, you have kids, you want them to know how to use a gun properly and all that shit too. You
teach them gun discipline, man.
There's that. Now, the Columbine kids, so they were a little fucked. They were fucked up.
Yeah, a lot.
Now that's a different case than just like, say if a normal person, whatever that is, has like, is taught since they were a kid to use a gun, and they use them properly. Like, there's cases like honestly, I guarantee you most of the gun owners in America are not crazy people.
No.
But there is some
people.
There is some wrong people.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of funny when, because Trump actually went on about this, and it's like, so there was like a shooting and yada yada, and they were asking him about gun control, and he's like, no, I'm not going to get in gun control, because if there's one good guy with a gun there, he could have took him out. There is never a good guy with a gun there. Never, ever, unless you're a cop or happen to be there. Like, there's never fucking Joe Schmo with a gun in his back pocket, seeing a terror attack, and fucking Johnny America go for it. You
don't see that.
No, that doesn't happen because, whatever. And Johnny America is just there, and he has a gun to protect himself just in case shit. Just in case shit doesn't happen all the time.
It's not, like there's far too many people that have, in the States, a lot of people that are respectable people own guns, but then say the wrong people get...
Fuck.
Yeah,
sorry. Go.
There's too many people have access, too many of the wrong people have access to firearms, and not even just in the States, like sometimes in Canada. Look at the shooting that just happened here, and, the worst mass shooting in Canada. Like, he had guns to, the 10th degree, and he had access, he had a fake police car.
I'll say you can have... Like, and I don't know, like, I have no idea how to get a fake gun, or not fake gun, an illegal, to get an illegal, like, I don't know how to get a gun. But,
black market.
No, like, I mean, I don't know how to go about that. But
Canadian Tire sell them, John.
Okay, so I could break into a Canadian Tire. But again, no, there's places you can buy them, but you need your license. You need to prove that you have your licenses and shit.
You can get rifles from there, man.
Also, I know people who can get their license can still be nuts and go and kill people with their guns, but at least we fucking tried.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
You gotta try. Like, that's it.
I'm pretty sure Cabela's...
No, the mic. Bring it in.
I'm pretty sure Cabela's in Dartmouth Crossing has firearms as well.
Well, the Army Navy store, Canadian Tire, like stores have
There are places you can acquire weapons in this city. And I mean, you have to prove...
Bring the mic in. You don't,
God.
like...
We'll be right back.
No. Just even more. Even more. That's good.
This is the blooper reel footage?
No. This is all going in. So you'll learn your fucking lesson somehow.
I'm going to go get a gun and teach you up. No, I'm kidding. Don't have it. Don't put
Don't worry. Like, again, like, look at it. Like, can you not see your face?
I'm good.
You could even have that fucking thing up 3 inches and still not fucking cover your fucking skin mark on your chin.
Deep sigh. Hey. So we've known each other a long time. Going on, what? Over 15 years now, anyways?
It's not 15 yet.
Not yet?
No. I think it's 13.
Yeah, because, about 13. Almost
I think
14.
I was 27 when I joined Sons Omen.
Or Sons, yeah.
Or
really 27?
Yeah, 27 or 28.
Why does my voice sound so... Yeah, that's better.
How old is that? I think how old is Insight now?
That album there?
Yeah.
Go grab it. Just say on the...
I don't know if it has a date on it.
That's going way back, man. I think I'm going to check the back.
It doesn't.
Inner sleeve?
Yeah, we didn't have an inner sleeve. That's not.
Not to ask John.
John.
Yeah, man. Like, that's...
I feel like that's like a decade ago.
At least.
Insight to the Outside was the album that I recorded.
You first joined
the
on.
band when I Sons Omen that I joined in 2007, 2008ish.
Yeah. Back in the fucking day. Those are the fucking...
I think I've said that before. Like, all dates, fuck with me.
I'm bad with dates. Like, I can't remember, like, what date. I'm not good with the exact time. And
no, I can't remember dates and shit. Like, I remember eras. I can't say this happened. Okay, so when the skydiving thing, it was on my 25th birthday. That's why I know when it was.
Yeah, funny enough.
If it was fucking, December 3rd of 2008, no. I'd probably think it's 2007 or 2009 or 2010.
I'm bad with that.
Sorry. To go back to my skydiving thing, 3 days after we left, somebody died. The chute didn't open, or they didn't open their chute.
From that place you went to?
Yeah.
Wow.
3 days. And they went like they were open for like 21 years or whatever. Said they never had a death. 3 days after our jump, somebody died.
No way.
And then actually, that was the point when I was like, "Well, we should go back now." Because, and everybody's like, why? Somebody just died. I was like, well, that's the safest time. Like, that's the best time right after somebody died.
They probably change up the rules. Or
they don't change it. No, because they don't. Who knows why the chute didn't open? They don't think it was.
You have to sign a waiver and shit, too. Obviously.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a backup chute that opens, too, which it didn't either. And this person had like 15 jumps.
So just... luck of the draw.
They might, so they want us, like when we do it, say the first 5 times, you have to throw the pilot chute, so nobody just commits suicide.
Yeah.
People using that as a way to just like...
their last farewell. The last hurrah.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I can get away with this.
Oh yeah, the company fucked up, not me.
There's waivers and shit.
Never thought of that. Yeah, obviously, like... you're taking you're risking your life. Like
but it is, again, though, like whatever happened, she died. But I was like, then I wanted to go. Now my friend John.
See, I don't know if I'd go back that quick.
No, it'd be the best time.
After the death. Like,
no, it's the best time. That's when they're going to be fucking super up to snuff. Somebody just died.
But wouldn't they been closed for a little bit after that?
You're not going to have, after one death, after 21 years.
Yeah. I guess it would have been like an
there might have been some kind of sort of investigation, I'm sure, but I'm sure they were also, because of how they treated us. Yeah, I'm sure they weren't at fault. Like whatever,
it's just bad luck, man.
It's something. Whatever happened, she might have just not pulled it. She might have pulled it and not come out. I don't know. Yep. But like they went
how'd
through.
She died?
She fell 5,000 feet and hit the ground.
Obviously, dude. I would have said, "Oh, she had a."
So next week I'll have a new co-host. You were going to say something, and then I started coughing.
Yeah, it wasn't COVID. At least I don't think it was. And we'll have to get tested after the show, obviously. But
I'm getting COVID.
I'm bringing it home. I'm going home. I'm going home and having a week vacation until I get to. No, what the fuck?
No, you have to quarantine here.
Think how many episodes we can bang out, man. Like that's.
Oh, dude, we just keep the thing rolling 24 hours.
Audio and video at any time. We'll have to get a naked version of this at some point down to like midnight and be like blue hour. Well, like naked. I mean,
Blue Nuit.
Dude, that was, man. As far as softcore pornography
Blois
goes,
Nuit.
it was like starring
Blois Nuit.
Let the fine movie.
Oh, okay. So this is kind of cool. So I never actually didn't put it on Facebook, but I had one of those stupid Facebook things that were it's like the name of your first pet and the name of the first street you grew up on is your porn name.
Yeah, that's.
So my porn name is Taboo Northwood.
Your pet's name was Taboo.
Yeah. My first cat. I love that cat so much. Taboo Northwood.
Is that a childhood cat?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's my first cat. She was a beautiful cat. Love that cat. She always slept with me and everything. You just go like that, she'd come right to you.
What kind was it? Like a tabby?
Oh, it was furry, grayish type thing, but she was beautiful. I loved that cat.
You never forget your first pussy, man.
That's
no, not at all.
not.
Never. And we're
you try. Sometimes you try.
The time you took mine in, holy fuck! Still owe you for that bamboo, by the way.
Wait, what?
You took in Bebop for that.
Yeah, you still owe me a fucking plant.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
mine.
Cat's evil.
I have the possibility of 2 because I technically grew up in 2 because I only lived in one house for 3 years, not even, and then I moved to where my parents are now still. So I have 2 of them. I still technically say this. So my first one would be... Wait, it's the animal first?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same animal because, I've only had one. I'm not counting the fucking...
just get
not
to
counting the fish. I'm not counting the fish yet. So my first one would be Angus Shrewsbury. Which I'm like a British porn star.
Angus Shrewsbury?
Yeah, because Angus our dog and Shrewsbury was the
Spell Shrewsbury.
SHREWSBURY, I believe.
Shrewsbury.
So yeah, Angus, I don't know what the fuck Shrewsbury is, but
that's a fucking character name.
Oh fuck, man. Yeah! Here's another one. I think
we're trademarking that.
I want that as my name. The second one, and my parents still live at the house, and we're the only family that's ever lived in this house. The one you have been to, Angus Stratford, which again is another fucking
Angus Shrewsbury. It's not a porn name, but I'm going to say
no.
You can make it.
That's a BBC.
You should be a fucking like pretend Scottish character.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
your name.
Oh yeah.
I'm Angus Shrewsbury.
I'm Angus Shrewsbury.
Come take a look at my kilt.
Plus, I am of Scottish descent, so it's only fitting, man.
It makes sense. No, it's perfect.
Oh my God.
I'm already fucking brainstorming.
Yeah. So
Angus, The Adventures of Angus Shrewsbury and Taboo Northwood.
We have to make this happen. Taboo Northwood is a complete porn name.
No, it was perfect. I was like, I want to put it on, but then I didn't want to seem too because it's fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
Taboo Northwood.
I've seen a porn.
You don't get a better porn.
No,
name than
that's one of the best I've ever heard.
I am Taboo Northwood.
You should put that. You should legally change your name. Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior legally changed his name
to Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, he did on his license and everything.
What's your first name? Ultimate. Last name?
Warrior.
Okay, Mr. Warrior.
Like, seriously, you can legally, I don't know if I'd ever legally change my name.
No, it's Mr. The Ultimate Warrior.
Capital T.
Capital T.
I saw a porn.
T Ultimate Warrior, like W. Axl Rose. T Ultimate Warrior.
What's Axl Rose's real name?
William Bailey.
That's right. I think I actually knew that, and I just forgot about that. Because Slash is Saul.
Saul Hudson.
Saul Hudson.
Guns N' Roses is my favorite band, so I know everything about
What's
them.
Duff's real name?
Michael McKagan.
Michael McKagan.
Steven Adler's real name?
Izzy.
Steven Adler.
Oh, yeah. What about Izzy?
Izzy was Jeff Isabel.
Jeff Isabel?
Yeah.
Interesting. It's funny how you have all these, aliases for your names, like Axl.
Back in the 80s, man, like Nikki Sixx, all these guys, they changed their names. Some legally, some not.
What's fucking Nikki's real name?
Frank Ferrera's fucking...
Frank Ferrera,
that's Alice Cooper.
No, Alice Cooper's real name is... Oh, fuck, I knew this. Fuck.
Then Frank Ferrera is probably Nikki's real name.
Ozzy Osbourne's real name is John Michael Osbourne.
Yeah.
Zach Wilde's real name, I don't think is even Zach Wilde.
No, Zach...
I'm pretty sure
Zach is in his name, but I forget his last name. Actually, okay, let's do some revealing here.
Yeah, we should bring these up too.
Alice Cooper. Sorry, that was kind of throttle. No, Vincent Fernier.
Yes, Fernier. That's
his middle name's Damon.
Vincent Damon Fernier.
Yeah. Nikki Sixx. Frank something or other. Frank Ferrana. Frank Carlton Serafino Ferrana Jr.
That's Nikki's real name?
That's Nikki's real name. Do you know who... Okay, I don't want to say the worst. You know Shawn Michaels from WWE? Or whatever?
Yeah.
His real name is Michael Hickenbottom.
I knew that years ago. Yep.
Yeah.
Obviously, Hulk Hogan's real name is Terry Bollea.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior's real name is
Ultimate Warrior.
No, well, yes, but initially
it was origins unknown.
Yeah, it is from places unknown. His real name is Jim Hellwig. Well, his birth name Jim Hellwig.
Ultimate Warrior was my favorite wrestler, and I was like, so he came back to the WWE for that fucking thing he did.
It was like
a Monday Night Raw thing, and he had he was in the ring just saying whatever, a speech, and then
he put on the mask.
Yeah,
I
and
saw
then
that,
a day or two later, he died of a heart attack.
Yeah, that was after his induction to the Hall of Fame. He was walking down the street and collapsed.
I'll say, I'm glad that we got that last speech from him.
Yeah, and if you listen to the speech again, It sounds like it's his last.
Well, I think that's the thing. I think he kind of knew something was fucked up in some certain sense. But
he left behind a wife and 2 daughters, I believe. And his wife's fucking hot, if I'm not mistaken.
The Ultimate Warrior's wife would be hot.
Would be, yeah. Yeah. And I think he knew he was on his last legs, and I think that might have been his last testament to his fans. And I remember seeing that, and I was like, wow, the Ultimate Warrior. He looks great. He still looked good. He looked healthy, and I guess he wasn't. Macho Man was driving his Jeep with his wife, had a heart attack and crashed.
Did his wife survive?
Huh?
Did his wife survive?
I can't remember. I think she died. No, I think she... I'll have to look that up too. There's so many things. I know we're pinballing around topics here, but
it's funny when we're on like camera because honestly, it's shit that we were just hanging out. We're just going to look into our phones too.
I know, exactly. We'll bring
times.
This up. This is why we need a producer and a technician. But so many wrestling deaths needlessly. A lot of them were drug related.
I'll say so. A lot of wrestlers die way younger than.
Oh fuck
like
yeah.
None of them are getting past 60. Man, it's fucked. And like
no.
You know, a lot of them did steroids.
I think all of them did. And back in the day, anyways.
I don't think Yokozuna did.
No, I think you're right. All the bigger ones, maybe.
I don't think Jake the Snake did. He drank.
Jake drank. He actually had a huge turnaround. Diamond Dallas Page saved his and Scott Hall's life.
Yeah,
Diamond Dallas Page yoga, DDP yoga.
Yeah. And Diamond Dallas Page is actually a godsend to a lot of those wrestlers. Like he is a very good person to like what he has what he's currently doing is solely for the purpose of helping other people.
Yep. He is very selfless and he's very
very selfless. And I think I was never like, I was never a big wrestling fan to begin with.
I am. I can go back. Hey, you can't even sell a bar anymore. Hold on. We gotta fix the mic here. We gotta finish.
Stop. It's like 2 feet away from your face, man. Do you see how close mine is? It doesn't matter about your shirt. We're looking at you, not fucking... All right, if you want me to, I'll stick a picture up of Elvira's tits. Just
please,
right up there.
Actually,
throughout the whole thing.
We should. Good idea. Every episode, we should do...
somebody's breast.
No. Emily, if you're out there. Mom, no. We should have a celebrity that we like. Not male or female.
A celebrity rack.
Just a picture. No, not even. Just like a headshot or whatever. Jerry Hollowell, David Hasselhoff.
And then we rate her, and then we see how far she goes on the swing scale.
I'm glad you made that reference because Wayne's World
is the first podcast.
You know what? You're not too far off the mark.
No. It's got cable access. This is cable access, YouTube.
Well, we're cable without the cable.
Cable without the
they're
cable.
Doing it in their fucking parents' basement.
Honestly.
Can we do an extreme close-up? We can when fucking your brother's here.
Yeah.
God damn it. We have plans. Folks.
And every podcast just rips off Wayne's World, man.
Pretty much. I mean, they are one of the originators of that kind of style. I really think they should do what Bill and Ted did and make a third film. Bill and Ted's third film wasn't like amazing.
I watched it twice.
I watched it once, and you know what? For nostalgia value, loved it. It did heavily focus on the kids, their daughters, but again,
that was the point.
Yeah,
but
it was a good fucking movie. I liked it.
I think it could have been. I don't know. Actually, I'm not. Okay, listen. The original Bill and Ted's are not that good movies.
I love them.
We love them.
They're not masterpieces.
They're not masterpieces,
stretch,
but they're even more than cult classics in a certain sense. They're just like they represented an era in a way,
Plus George Carlin, man.
And George Carlin.
George Carlin is Rufus.
And the second, and then the third one, it's like I enjoyed it. I watched it twice just for fuck's sakes, and again, it's just part of me. Demolition Man.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
One of Stallone's finest hours, Wesley Snipes.
I had a Matrix moment.
How so?
What is the restaurant that lasts through the franchise wars?
Oh.
Let me give you a second to simmer on that while I get beer.
Give me one too, please. In Demolition Man?
Yeah. Where do they all go to eat?
Yes. Oh, I'm trying. It's not Kentucky Fried Chicken, is it? No.
You're close.
Popeyes?
No. I mean, like, okay, I shouldn't say close because you don't know. They're owned by the same company.
Fuck, I haven't seen Demolition Man in so long. Who is it?
No, I want you to remember. You will remember. This evening, I would like you to accompany me to...
Oh, not Burger King. Fuck, it's been so long. I know it's not McDonald's.
I want you to remember this so bad. I really want you to
give me
remember
a
this
hint.
so bad. You were close because they're owned by Pepsi. All these ones.
Fast food place?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
KFC.
I don't know what else is owned by Pepsi.
KFC. You're so close.
It's a chicken place?
They're like a sister fucking restaurant. KFC.
Oh, Taco Bell. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So
Right?
Taco Bell. Yeah.
Do you remember this? Like
It's
now.
coming back. Yeah.
Okay, I want you to accompany me to.
Taco Bell.
Do you remember this? Okay. I just got it because honestly, I was watching it the other day. I decided to stick it on.
It's a good film.
And yeah. And
the seashells.
The seashells. So, anyways,
which they haven't explained yet to this day, to my knowledge, how they work. How you take a shit. What do you do with them? Do you know what you do with them? How do you wipe your ass with them? Do you wipe your ass with them?
No, nobody knows. It was a joke for that reason. So, anyways, so what I went through a fucking Matrix moment. I'm watching Demolition Man, and all of a sudden they're like, "I'd like you to accompany me to." I'm like, and I like that's what I heard in my and like, but I was expecting to hear Taco Bell, and I'm like, what?
What do they say?
I can't like. And I'm like, listen. I'm like, wait. I'm thinking for a second. I'm like, he did not say Taco Bell. So I paused it and I went back and I listened to it again.
Please, I insist. I would like you to accompany me to Pizza Hut.
It sounds like an edit.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
It was. Now
legal
listen.
reasons?
Now listen. I've watched this movie 100 times in my life. It came out in 1993. I was 13 years old.
It was a good year, by the way.
It was, and loved the movie. Best cheesy action film of the time. Really.
Did you ever play the Sega
awesome.
CD version video game?
No.
There was.
So, anyways, I'm watching this. I'm like, Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut?
Yeah.
So let me get this right. Basically, Sprocket's here, who's now the man in charge, the mayor Gov, who wants to take me to dinner at Pizza Hut. Though Lord
It's
knows I
net.
wouldn't mind a pizza. So, what's with this cocktail guy anyway? He says I saved his life, which I'm not even sure I did, and my reward is dinner and dancing at Pizza Hut. I mean,
It doesn't even match
I like a
his
big
lips.
fat piece of pizza.
Wait
come
till you
on.
see it. I'm going to put this
Your
up.
tone is
Yeah,
quasi-facetious,
I got to.
But you do not realize that Pizza Hut was the only restaurant to survive the franchise wars. So, now all restaurants are Pizza Hut.
It doesn't even sound like Sandra Bullock.
It is, sir. Remember it was Taco Bell?
Yeah.
So
is there a reason? behind the
yes,
edit?
there's a whole reason
By
for
the way,
this.
Sandra Bullock looked and still looks.
Oh, that was like
one of my hotties from back in the day.
yeah.
Like
that and Speed.
not Speed 2 though.
Not Speed
Cruise
2,
Control.
Cruise Control.
She was in that, right?
Yeah.
Not Keanu.
No.
Okay, so what's the
So
edit?
I'm not. So listen, I'm watching Demolition Man, kind of watching it again. I stick shit on when I'm doing other shit around the house.
Was this a cable version?
No. So it's I have a site that I go to get all my movies to.
Yeah. For legal
I'm
reasons,
not
we
gonna
can't
talk
say
about it.
Pizza Hut. in
But
this.
so I'm watching it, and it's a Pizza Hut. And I'm like,
That's not right.
what? And I'm watching the movie, and I'm like, that can't be right. And I'm waiting, and they get to the scene where they show the restaurant, and
It's
in
Pizza
the
Hut.
sign it's Pizza Hut, and I'm like, as long as I've been alive, it's been Taco Bell. And I remember this. Like, I'm like going like, whoa.
You must have been watching like the fucking enhanced Blu-ray version.
They pick up a bottle of sauce. It says Pizza Hut on it in the movie, and I'm like, it was Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I know this.
This
is
is
Taco
the Mandela
Bell.
effect, maybe.
Right? So, anyways, I look it up finally. Apparently, for whatever reason, so the American version of Demolition Man used Taco Bell because that was whatever. In Europe, they don't really have too many at the time. Didn't have too many Taco Bells, so they used Pizza Hut because that was the more predominant restaurant.
Oh, right. Okay.
So they actually went in. Sylvester, Sandra Bullock, all the actors went in and redid the line with Pizza Hut. Like he said Pizza Hut, Sandra Bullock said Pizza Hut. They did that in editing for the European version. Threw me for a fucking loop for a minute, man. Because again, like I watched the movie 100 times.
Yeah. That would shock the fuck out of me because it doesn't even. I saw the video on the phone, but we'll hopefully with legal reasons maybe we can show it. I don't know.
It's on YouTube. I don't know.
Look it up yourself.
I'll stick up the actual
link, maybe,
or at least what we showed.
Yeah. So yeah, I watched on his phone. You couldn't see it, but the lips didn't match.
No.
That
was the thing
dialogue.
When he said, like, "I'd like you to accompany me to Pizza Hut," and again, like I'm expecting to hear Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Like I know the line
From
is
the original,
Taco Bell.
That's fucking
I've seen the
hilarious.
movie 100 times. It's Taco Bell.
You got to watch the VHS. You got to watch the VHS or Laserdisc version, man.
And then, but yeah, so I'm like, and I'm just on my couch or doing whatever, and I'm like, I'm like, and I stopped. I'm like, I didn't hear what the words he said.
Baked as fuck.
But I didn't hear the words he said, the actual words, because I know he was going to say Taco Bell, and I hear blah blah blah, and I'm like, what? That wasn't. He didn't say Taco Bell. I'm like thinking, and I honestly sat there for a second, like, no, he didn't say Taco Bell. What the fuck did he say? And my first thought is because of the site that I'm watching the things on. Maybe somebody did something funny with stream video, whatever.
Yeah, edited himself.
Yeah, and did something stupid, which I've never seen on this site before. But who the fuck knows? But yeah, then I looked it up and found out, like, they had the European version, had Pizza Hut instead of Taco Bell. But I swear to God, it was a total Matrix moment, the black hat thing. Like, it was.
Well, that's also the Mandela effect because you remember
the Berenstain Bears.
Berenstain or Berenstein?
So I always remembered it as Berenstain, and then it turned out it was Berenstein.
No, it was the opposite for me, I think, because I remember them being Berenstein. I think I can't remember all the way back. I don't even know how to
spell either of those words. Actually,
stain, like coffee stain.
Bear, like do you spell it like Berenstain?
I don't know. just like a
bear and stain. Why is my B turning out like a V?
Berenstain. You can do like a vocal search, like, "Hey Google."
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I just actually put mine on. Hey Google. Berenstain Bears.
Hi, how can I help?
Repeat yourself, motherfucker.
Berenstain Bears.
Here's an answer from YouTube.
From YouTube?
Yeah, it's showing me videos. Anyways,
What does the word say though? Did they spell it?
Yeah, stain, like shit stain.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be Berenstain.
I thought so. That's also like part of the Mandela effect. Like you remember something a certain way. It's like, no, well, what the fuck? It's now this way for some fucking reason. But it's one of those things where, as a kid, maybe you remember a certain thing. Anyways,
I'm gonna just put this in here. I'm better at this.
I used to read those books all the time.
It is Berenstain.
Yeah.
Huh.
But there's been debates online for quite a while.
Well, I'll say if the Matrix is gonna fuck up, I don't think it would be with the Berenstain Bears. Be Care Bears at best.
I used to love the Care Bears.
Okay, so we've been going on forever. We had our fifth blip, whatever the fuck it is. What was it talking about? What was I going to tell you about?
Demolition Man. I think was
cryogenically being frozen. So we went back while we were on break there and started talking about Demolition Man. It's an awesome fucking movie.
Despite the edit.
I'll say, Demolition Man, despite its flaws, is a fucking original action movie. But
In every sense
what
of
they
the
went
word.
into, so in 1993 it came out. 1996 was when the movie took place originally, when John Spartan gets frozen. Now, we do not have... This is 3 years afterwards. It's like, you think in 1993, by 1996, we're going to be able to cryogenically freeze people? No. So, and I know how they do this now. So, they replace your blood. Now, if you want to get frozen, you die. You have to die first. And you want to be frozen, they will replace your blood with whatever plasma that does not create ice shards like your blood would, that would pierce through your veins and whatever the fuck you got. It just does not shard. So you get frozen. Now, I think the problem with the cryogenically freezing people now is not gonna help in the future. The way that they do it now, I don't think it's almost like you need to figure out a way that if we were to freeze a living thing, thaw it out, when we can thaw it out and make it live, like I don't know, I'm not a proponent of fucking using animals and shit for
I mean, it's might be
for
the best
experiments.
way to do it,
But you know, whatever.
but if you're dead and you're cryogenically frozen, you're not coming back anyways. What's the fucking-
Well, that's the thing, because like, okay, listen.
I mean,
I've always, and it's stupid, but that's why I'm laughing, because
it worked in Austin
I always
Powers.
wanted to be frozen. That's like everybody, like, you know, you want to be buried. No, I want to be frozen. The reason why I want to be frozen when I die is because I don't want things to eat me. That's just it, really. Now, I thought, though, if there was a way to cryogenically freeze a person and then thaw them out, it'd be cool to say get cryogenically frozen for 5 years, get thawed out for 5 years, get cryogenically frozen for 5 years.
Just last.
You know, I just want to see the future. I honestly, I am just curious of what is going to happen in the future. I just want to see it. I know everybody dies, but it's like, you know, I just kind of want to see it. If there was a possibility, I would. It's not even so much that I just want to live forever or anything. It's just I just want to see it.
If you had the choice to become immortal, just to become immortal and not die,
Yes,
would you?
Absolutely.
And have everybody you love die?
Listen.
You wouldn't. You'd be the only one left of your original friends, family.
But I'd get new friends and family. Listen, there's a lot of sad aspects to living. Okay, so immortality, you got to put a timeline on it. So say I get to live 1,000 years. I'd do it.
Wait, would you get old though?
No.
So you'd
There's
stay
no
the
age.
same
I'm not
age?
gonna fucking be like, oh, for the last 500 years of my life, I've been stuck in this chair, just watching my reruns of The Price is Right.
That's a good fucking old man.
But yeah, I want, because 1,000 years, there's people I've known that they're living their life, you know, you're gonna die fine, and I am scared of death. I do not want to die.
Who does?
Well,
yeah, those, yeah.
but you know, I say, like, I know there's people who just wouldn't want to live forever. Forever is a long time.
I don't know if I want to live forever, but I would. It's a fucked up situation. Didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, but
No, like, I'd look at this, like, say I had it. Okay, my life for, how old am I now? 40.
You're old.
I've
John.
been playing guitar for 24 years. Now, a good 20 of those years, I wanted to be a rock star. And surprise, surprise, that didn't happen. But I think that, like, you know, if I had another life, I would focus it on other things that I really, really love and enjoy. So, like, you know, it's almost like you want to be great at everything, and 1,000 years can give you time to do that if you're, you know, again, not decrepit after 500.
Falling apart.
But now, you know, and that's why life is precious.
Yep.
You have to take advantage of, you know, and that was my goal. Was like, you know, I gave up everything for fucking guitar, everything. I was a good artist. I was a good basketball player. Like, you know, I was super young, but I had options, and I decided that guitar was what I wanted.
How old were you when you made the decision to go full guitar?
You know, it's weird. So even before I liked rock or metal or anything, like I grew up on hip hop and R&B. Before I liked any of that, I wanted a guitar. I don't know why. I was like 12 years old and wanted a guitar. Anyways, by the time I was like, like the end of my 15th year of my life, I got a guitar. And yeah, like, and I fucking, personally, I believe I flourished in it. I knew what I wanted to do.
Was it acoustic or electric?
No, it was just electric. That was my first guitar. Here, I'll
the one, the red one.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of it and I'll stick it on the fucking.
Did you buy it on your own money?
Me and my mom each paid half.
Huh.
So it was $225, $250. I paid $125.
Shit.
I think it came to like 125, and she paid 100 of it.
You still break it out? Play it?
Oh yeah.
It's the beauty of a guitar. Does she still sound as fresh as the day you brought her home, or what?
No, she's fucked up.
Really?
Yeah. So it's broken its neck 2 times. I fixed it once and it worked fine. Second time it broke and I fixed it, but then after I realized I fixed it, I didn't fix it as properly as I should have. There was more of a crack in there than I saw originally.
Did you drop it?
Neither of those times were my fault. The first time, certainly not. I had 2 cats at the time. They were chasing each other, and it was in a stand, and they hit it, and the neck broke. I cried, man. Like, that was this is my first guitar. This is my guitar.
Don't ever get rid of it. Like that's like that'll be your that's immortal. Speaking of which, like that's a reminder of what you wanted to happen in your life, to become a guitar player.
That guitar. But yeah. So, anyways, it is playable now, and it's fixed enough, like where it is playable. There's a buzz on the first and second fret of the big E because of where the crack is.
Did you ever put it in to be professionally fixed?
Dude, I fucking brought my guitar. I brought that guitar into Buckley's when Buckley's was around
Buckley's,
to get fixed, right? And I said to them, I want to set up. I want the lowest action with the buzzing, and I want to set up an E flat. I get it back. You can't even fucking play a fucking note on it. They brought it so low. Like nothing. Like honestly, like you hit almost any fucking note, it's bouncing off another fucking fret. Like it was so low that it was just like pretty much almost the strings were almost flat against the guitar where you couldn't play shit.
They were tight? Nothing. Too tight?
No, they were just so low to the frets and to the board where it's just like you can't, like it's a ping ping ping, like no. Anyways,
and this is fucking like a music.
Yeah, I was pissed. I actually took it to Music Stop one time. The first time I actually brought it to Music Stop. Now listen, I honestly am just starting to play guitar, but at the same time, all the musicians that I listen to tune an E flat. Zach Wilde, fucking Dimebag, Slash, Metallica at the time. Like everybody was in E flat tuning. I was like, I want this in E flat tuning. It's like, oh, you can't do that. I brought it to Music Stop and they can't do it. I'm like,
What?
I'm looking at them funny. I'm like, what? It's like, you're telling me
all these professional musicians
you can do it, but I can't. It's like, no.
Did they say why?
No, they didn't say why. I didn't ask them. I was dumbfounded. Honestly, dude, I get dumbfounded a lot because of stupid people. I just don't expect things to come out of people's mouths sometimes. It's like,
Guilty.
are you seriously
I'm
that?
the same guy to you or that.
No, it's like, are you serious? You just fucking said that. Anyways, at that time, I was like, it's a Floyd Rose, it's an Ibanez, it's a professional fucking like guitar to give a guy who doesn't know shit. I didn't know shit about it. It's not like getting a fucking, like that Floyd Rose is the biggest pain in the ass in the world. And
where did you get it?
I used.
Oh.
But anyways, I learned myself how to fix it or how to put it the way that I want to do it.
So you got
and that's how I learned how to fucking fix guitars and do all that shit. Like that guitar and the woodwork too, honestly. That guitar taught me how to work on guitars.
Good.
Yeah. No, I needed it. And I love that guitar. And it's a beautiful looking guitar. I saw one. I actually looked on eBay because the neck's broken and I would love to replace the neck. But I want the exact same neck. So I'm looking for the exact same guitar. Some guy on eBay is selling that guitar for $800. Exact same guitar. Red wine finish, which I love the sound of. But it's a beautiful fucking like.
So would you just get a brand new guitar and?
No, well, basically, if I had the cash, which I don't, to buy like for $800, it's honestly not it's a great deal.
Yeah.
If I had $800 to spare, I'd buy that, and I'd No, I just replaced the neck. I can't. I can fix that neck, but I have to break it again, and I don't want to.
Have you tried bringing it in recently to any music places recently? Like,
there's only one guy now that I know that I kind of. Well, actually, two guys that I know that I kind of trust. But the way that I fixed it, when you try to fix something, you try to make it permanent, and so I kind of made it permanent. So again, that's why you have to re-break it, which
would it cause that much damage?
I don't know. That's why I would have done. I've contemplated about 5 times since it's broken the second time after I fixed it. When I realized it's like I know I could just fucking snap it, but is
it worth the heartache?
No, it's better, honestly, more as a showpiece. And still, I love that guitar. I think it's beautiful.
Still, you know what? It gave us a story. Like, I didn't know the history of this guitar until now. So now we're both viewers. Now know. Don, if you're out there. Yeah, no, that's beautiful, man. Like, it taught you a lesson. Now you can, work on guitars, and you've been playing guitar for a while now, so like a long time. So a skill that I tried to nail down. I have 2 brothers that are musicians, and I would kind of jam on their shit when they weren't home growing up, and I taught myself a couple licks, but nothing to the tune.
Yeah, but see, so like if you look at John, his talent is drumming. Chris plays bass.
Yeah, but he can also drum too and play guitar.
Yeah. But so like talents are there. You have a musical talent. Your talent is your voice.
Yeah,
for multiple reasons. But there's also
my throat can do a lot of things. Like I'm going on
That's
record.
What he said.
Going on record. Going on record and saying that. Off the record. I mean, it's...
but no, like, but again, it's learning, focusing. Teaching, and that's what.
And initially,
when I started playing guitar, I was still in high school and shit.
Yeah,
I would play at least 4 hours a day.
Good, that's dedication.
And that's all because that's all the time I really had. But it was honestly like I'd watch TV, I'd play, playing, like I was just playing.
You
For
had the
a
first
good year and a half. I was playing at least 4 hours.
So you're all self-taught?
Yeah. No. I took lessons when I first started. All they taught, so what they taught me, they gave me a sheet of chords. I learned those chords that night.
Was it easy?
No. Well, yes, because I worked at it. That's what made, like, honestly, it was one night. So it's like, I get these chords and I learned them all. Actually, what I did that night, I took the chord sheet out to my mom. Like, name a chord. And she would name a chord and I'd do it. And I was right. Like, I didn't miss one.
Nice.
And there was like, this sheet was 5 by 4. 20 chords. Knew them all.
Really?
That night. Just because that's all I cared about. Like,
you're putting all your
everything
drive into your
was
fucking...
right there. So I learned those. They taught me some shitty songs like fucking like When I Come Around and fucking Wonderwall. Not that they're shitty songs, but you know what I mean.
They're easy to learn.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
Wonderwall,
4-chord songs.
that's-
4-chord songs like everybody's fucking 4-chord songs. And then they gave me a sheet with 2 scales. One was the pentatonic scale, one was the major scale. That was the last class. And I don't know how many classes, whatever. Again, I wasn't learning like how to solo or any of this shit. Again, the scales of however long these classes were.
Can you play like Randy Rhoads?
Not at the end of it. Honestly.
Isn't his skill one of the hardest to learn? Because he's classically trained. Like,
I think Randy Rhoads is the best guitar player ever.
a lot of people would agree with you, me included. Like,
And I'll say, everybody talks about Jimmy and Stevie Ray Vaughan as being like number 1 and number 2.
but they're different styles though. Like,
I love Stevie Ray Vaughan. He again is one of my favorites. Slash is my favorite. Slash is my favorite guitar
I don't
player.
even consider Slash that amazing. He's great.
No,
but
his skill does not lie in technicality. His skill lies in melody.
melody. Yeah, I can see that.
Melody's up the yin yang. But that's what that. Okay, so this is why I think Randy over Jimmy, because as melodic as Jimmy was, Randy was just as melodic, but his technique was perfect. And I'm not saying that it was like, he was technical or all that shit. My fucking son of a bitch.
What?
That's fine. I'll fix it.
What?
Nothing. So I'm not saying his technique was all that, or sorry, like his technique was over technical or anything like that. It was perfect. Imperfection is beauty, I know, but he did it right. He gave you melodies that you never heard before and techniques that you've never seen before. Randy Rhoads, I have a tab book, Randy Rhoads, Ozzy Osbourne Live, like that album.
The tribute album? Yeah.
I have that tab book, and it's my Bible. If I'm feeling like I'm lacking in my guitar playing, I open that up, and then I learn a song.
Is it easy to follow?
No.
Are tabs easy to follow?
Yes, tabs are easy. Not his.
What with his style as a guitarist?
So he is classically trained, but it's not that he plays classically. He does, but he plays his range, his melodies. It's all the melodies. To me, that's all it is melodies. Music and melodies. Music is melodies. It's not technique. It's not theory. It's melodies. If it's not a melody, it's not music. So his melodies, original as fuck. We're talking like 1981, 82. Nobody's played what Randy has played.
Yeah.
He's using techniques to say like Van Halen might use, but Van Halen was not nearly as melodic as Randy Rhoads.
But also,
not many people come into the stratosphere of Randy's melodies, except for Jimi Hendrix.
Hendrix's guitar playing is immeasurable.
His technique
as well.
was not what people kind of go for. And I understand that. And I don't care about this technique. And I don't really care about Randy's. It's the melodies. Jimmy was one of the most original melodic guitar players.
Yep, I agree.
And so is Randy. But Randy is a better guitar player than everybody else who has ever lived on planet Earth.
He's amazing. And he actually came from Quiet Riot. Like, Ozzy stole him from Quiet Riot because he was Quiet Riot's guitarist for... I can't remember if he was the original guitarist.
So they have like
Quiet
a couple Japanese bootlegs, eh?
Ozzy?
No.
Or Quiet
Riot with Randy.
With Randy?
Yeah.
Are they good?
They're not bad. The problem with Quiet Riot was that not anybody else was as talented as Randy.
It's hard to be the most talented member of the band, I'd imagine,
but you know, in that kind of sense. And honestly, like his death. Here, go grab it. So Dan, after he's done breaking my shit,
holy fuck, we'll be right back.
Is gonna bring down.
This wasn't even fucking.
Dude,
hold on.
I told you about the weight. What did I tell you about the weight?
What?
The leg and. Are you still not understanding? The leg. What I told you about the weight distribution.
What?
The leg and the stem have to be equal.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. And you keep bringing it away from it. Why? Dude. It's all you have to do is that. It's all you had to do. Right there.
Try to fucking... Don't... Christ's sakes, don't put this in.
I regret telling you to stand up.
You still want it?
Yes. Well, if they're all that, yeah. Do an extreme close-up. No, just grab it and put it up against the camera and stop looking at your phone, bitch. It's probably dusty as fuck. This is my Randy Rhoads tribute. I'd break you.
Yeah, it might be a little dark.
Bring it to the light. There you go.
I talk about it.
Actually, I found it was one of my mother's ex-boyfriend's thing. He had it just in the frame and everything. And I found it, and I was like, awesome. It was the the newspaper's obituary type thing for Randy Rhoads.
So this was printed like shortly after his death?
I assume. Is there a date on it? I know it's not a full article either.
No, I don't see it.
It might be an original.
Kind of looks like you back when you were younger.
When I had long hair and I was pretty. My
My
long, pretty hair. All right, you can put it back.
Randy Rhoads,
Don't break it on the way back.
genius guitar player.
No, Randy's the best, man. Randy Rhoads is the best guitar player ever.
So it's safe to say he's influenced you in quite a number of ways, I imagine.
My biggest influence is Slash. I love Slash. Slash is my favorite guitar player.
What is it about him that
Melody.
So
Melody and attitude.
So
attitude. Okay.
attitude for
rock and
sure.
roll is attitude. That's
Yeah.
what rock and roll is. Any music, anybody, it's rock and roll. If there's attitude, you need attitude.
So do you find a lot of your playing is incorporated through his style as well? Slashes or
Not even Slash specifically, but just rock and roll. Because Slash, honestly, Guns N' Roses is what really introduced me to all the different rock and roll that I listened to. Spaghetti Incident specifically, because they were like in the blurb in Spaghetti Incident, it says, do yourself a favor and find the originals.
right? Because they're all covers from
And they actually say that in the liners. And I did. And it just fucking like
So,
a tree.
I had the
Like
album.
Guns N' Roses was my stump. And then
That was the
all the
tree.
rest of rock and roll is my tree. In a certain sense. I've had other influences from other different ways in my life. But
What were some of the bands they covered on that?
they covered the Dead Boys, Fear, Charles Manson.
Charles Manson?
Yeah. Soundgarden, Nazareth.
Didn't they do a Misfits song?
Yeah, attitude.
Attitude, yeah.
Attitude. Rock and roll needs attitude.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. No, they covered a lot of bands.
Sadly, that was the last album they ever put
It
out.
was an
As
unfortunate
with
last
the original
album,
lineup.
But
Yeah, that's your last kind of send out to your fans. It's a cover album.
Then
And,
you get Chinese Democracy.
Don't even say that. A couple of good tunes. It's not a terrible album, to be honest. And it wasn't worth the wait.
There's
It wasn't
definitely
worth the
not
wait.
worth the wait.
No.
There's like maybe 4 decent songs. There's 2 or 3 songs that I really enjoy off that album.
Yeah.
But like 2 or 3 top. Like I love the song Better. I think Better is a really good song.
There was another song on there that's really heavy.
IRS is good.
Hmm.
And yeah, there's another song, and I just can't think of the name.
What's a really heavy one on there? It's
It might be Better that you're thinking of.
no, it's another one.
Um,
Shackler's Revenge. No, Shackler's. What is it?
I can't remember. We'll look at this after the fucking podcast or something.
But I've listened to the album when it came out. It's like, this isn't worth the wait because it's not the original lineup. It's only one original member, and that's Axl.
It was, yeah.
And you don't have any. Duff wasn't there. Izzy, Dizzy. There was no, not even Steve Adler.
There's no Z's at all.
No, not one.
But no, I don't understand why all that happened in life, because Guns N' Roses should have been the next Aerosmith.
Yeah.
They should have been the next Rolling Stones. Like, it doesn't
They were
matter.
getting there, I think.
They were there, and they just could have kept it.
What was the original? I can't remember the exact reasoning why they broke up, but did they ever come out in statements?
Because Axl's an asshole.
Is that what?
What we said in the last podcast. If he wasn't an asshole, he wouldn't have sold any records. But no, like, say if you had the original Guns N' Roses and, you know, they just put out original tunes since then, like every few years or whatever, right? Obviously, they'll never fucking tap into what Appetite for Destruction did. Like, that's
they'll never. I don't think they'll ever
Not
reach that up.
many bands can do something like that.
And that's their debut album.
But that was
too,
their
man.
debut album. That's the thing. And User Illusions 1 and 2 were both good albums. They could have just made decent albums. Selling, honestly, they probably, if they stayed together,
even Metallica
put out an album,
did
that's what it would have been.
Even
like.
Metallica,
that's what it would have been like,
would've,
in a certain sense, as long as Guns didn't stray from rock and roll, like Axl kind of did with Chinese Democracy, which he should have just made a solo album.
He shouldn't have brought back Guns N' Roses with guest appearances. It became Axl Rose presents Guns N' Roses.
No, and that's what it is. And everybody always says, like, okay, think about this. Say Guns N' Roses didn't break up. Axl wants to put out an album.
It's rap.
No, it's what he put out. Would you buy that because you're an Axl Rose fan? Yes.
Yeah, if he would, yeah.
If you put it as Guns N' Roses, no. That's the thing. Like, if Chinese Democracy was Axl Rose's Chinese Democracy.
And not GNR.
And not Guns N' Roses. But Guns N' Roses is still a band. You're however many original members you got. You're still making rock albums, rock and roll albums, whatever, right?
He shouldn't have called it Guns N' Roses.
If he did that,
he's the original member.
He bankrupted himself. I don't know if he went bankrupt. I know he spent a lot of money. But he did that himself because, again, if he would have kept Guns N' Roses going as a regular... son of a bitch. We gotta stop talking. Yeah, all right, sorry. We were talking about whatever the fucking things and shit. So, we...
Fifth or sixth fucking... Oh, the mic's away.
Nobody wants to hear you anyways. So, we're going to wrap up just because we're taking way too much time. We're going to go on forever.
Yeah.
And we'll go on forever.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we'll go on
Mr.
forever in the
Conway
next
Twitty.
podcast.